Back in 1969, On the Buses hit TV screens and quickly became one of Britain's most beloved sitcoms, bringing laughter to millions with its hilarious take on life at the bus depot. Decades later, fans still remember the antics of Stan, Jack, Blakey, and the rest of the crew. But as time has passed, so have some of the show's cherished cast members. Let's take a look at the On the Buses cast, then and now, and remember those we've lost over the past 56 years. Anna Karen as Olive Rudge. Anna Karen, born September 19, 1936, was just 33 years old when she took on the role of Olive Rudge in On the Buses, 1969, a part that cemented her as a comedic icon. Olive, with her quirky personality, messy glasses, and ongoing frustration with life, quickly became a fan favorite, and Anna Karen's portrayal brought her both fame and fondness from viewers. Her performance in this beloved sitcom led to a career full of diverse roles, from stage to screen. Though she gained further recognition in films like Carry On Camping, 1969, and Carry On Loving, 1970, her portrayal of Aunt Sal in EastEnders would later serve as another significant role, connecting her with audiences for years. Tragically, Anna Karen passed away on February 22, 2022, at 85, following a house fire caused by a lit cigarette. Her legacy lives on, not just in her most famous roles, but in the warmth and humor she brought to every character. Stephen Lewis as Inspector Cyril Blakey Blake. Stephen Lewis, born December 17, 1926, was 42 years old when he first stepped into the role of the gruff and cantankerous Inspector Cyril Blakey Blake in On the Buses, 1969. His portrayal of Blakey, the bus inspector who was always at odds with the cheeky bus drivers, became one of the most iconic comedic performances of the series. Blakey's sharp tone and frequent clashes with his subordinates may have made him a figure of authority and annoyance, but it was Lewis's impeccable timing and charm that transformed Blakey into a character that audiences loved to hate. Before achieving fame, Lewis worked various jobs, from bricklaying to carpentry, and even dabbled in writing before fully committing to acting. His breakthrough came with On the Buses, and soon after, his career exploded. The success of Blakey's character opened doors for more roles, most notably his long-running part as Clem Smiler Hemingway in Last of the Summer Wine, which allowed him to showcase a softer, more endearing side. After decades in the industry, Lewis retired in 2007 due to health issues, and he passed away on August 12, 2015, at 88. His career was a testament to his versatility, moving effortlessly from the stern inspector to the warm-hearted everyman. Bob Grant as Jack Harper. Robert Street. Claire Grant, born April 14, 1932, was 37 years old when he first stepped into the role of Jack Harper in On the Buses, 1969, a role that would define his career. Jack, the charming yet lazy bus conductor, became a fan favorite thanks to Grant's natural comedic timing and effortless performance. The show's success catapulted him to stardom, but despite his fame, Grant's journey was far from smooth. Before his television career took off, he worked various jobs, including as a bus driver, an experience that inspired his most iconic character. His time on the Buses was marked by success, but his attempts to escape the shadow of Jack Harper were often met with failure. Struggling with depression and bipolar disorder, his later years were clouded by personal battles and financial difficulties. Tragically, after years of turmoil, Grant took his own life on November 8, 2003, at the age of 71. His death left a poignant gap in British television, as his legacy endures as both a brilliant comedic talent and a man who struggled deeply behind the scenes. Doris Hare as Mum. Doris Hare, born March 1, 1905, was 64 years old when she first took on the role of Mabel Butler, known as Mum, in On the Buses, 1969. Mabel, the no-nonsense mother of Jack Harper, brought a loving yet tough edge to the show, making her an unforgettable character in British sitcom history. While her role was secondary, her portrayal resonated deeply with audiences, adding a layer of warmth and humor that balanced the antics of the main characters. Doris's career in entertainment began as a child, performing in her family's traveling theater, and she went on to have a remarkable stage career, even making her Broadway debut in Night Must Fall, 1936. Throughout her life, Doris earned accolades, including an MBE for her efforts entertaining troops during World War II. Her time on the Buses solidified her place in television history, and after the show ended in 1973, she continued to perform on stage, making her final performance at the age of 87. Doris Hare passed away on May 30, 2000, at the age of 95, leaving behind a legacy of professionalism and dedication that spanned both theater and television. Michael Robbins as Arthur Rudge. At 38 years old, Michael Robbins brought Arthur Rudge to life in On the Buses, 1969, playing the grumpy and sarcastic husband of Olive, Anna Karen. Arthur's sharp tongue and exasperated reactions made him a perfect comedic contrast to the lovable chaos around him, with Robbins's delivery making the character stand out. Though not the show's central figure, Robbins's portrayal became one of its most memorable, earning him a spot in the hearts of fans. Before landing the role of Arthur, Robbins had a background in amateur theater and appeared in serious dramas like The Sweeney and Minder. However, it was his role in On the Buses that catapulted him to fame. Even after leaving the series before its final season to pursue theater, Robbins returned for the spin-off films, maintaining his connection to the beloved franchise. Later in life, he continued to take on roles in television and radio, including a notable part in EastEnders and an unforgettable guest appearance on Doctor Who. Tragically, Robbins passed away from prostate cancer on December 11, 1992, at 62, leaving behind a legacy of both humor and heartfelt performances. Cicely Courtneidge as Mum. Born on April 1, 1893, in Australia, Cicely Courtneidge was 76 years old when she portrayed Mum in On the Buses, 1969, a warm-hearted yet no-nonsense character who balanced her children's mischief with a motherly touch. Courtneidge's acting career spanned decades, beginning in musical comedies at the age of 16, where she quickly gained a reputation for her charm and impeccable comedic timing. Over the years, she transitioned from musicals to comedic films, becoming a household name in the UK, particularly for her work in the West End and her collaborations with her husband, actor Jack Hulbert. A pivotal moment in her career came with her role in Gay's The Word, 1937, which marked her as a skilled performer in both comedy and drama. By 1971, Courtneidge had celebrated 70 years on the stage. After her husband's death in 1978, she gradually retired from the spotlight, spending her final years away from public life. Cicely Courtneidge passed away on April 26, 1980, shortly after her 87th birthday, leaving behind a legacy rich with laughter and theatrical brilliance. Varney as Stan Butler. Reginald Alfred Varney, born on July 11, 1916, was 53 when he first stepped into the shoes of Stan Butler, the lovable, chaotic bus driver in On the Buses, 1969. Stan's relatable, cheeky personality and his knack for getting into trouble with his grumpy supervisor Blakey made him the heart of the show, turning Varney into a household name. With the show running until 1973 and leading to 3 successful spin-off films, it marked a significant turning point in Varney's career. Before On the Buses, Varney built his career in music halls, honing his comedic timing. His big break came in 1961 with the BBC sitcom The Rag Trade, and from there he expanded into TV roles, including Beggar My Neighbor. While On the Buses brought him fame, his later career never quite matched its heights. In his retirement, Varney lived quietly in Devon until his passing on November 16, 2008, at 92, leaving a lasting legacy in British comedy. Larry Martin as Fred. Larry Martin, born on March 22, 1934, was 35 years old when he appeared as Fred in On the Buses, 1969. Fred, a fellow bus depot worker, was often seen as the straight-talking, no-nonsense character whose wit and dry humor brought an added layer of charm to the show. Martin's career journey was a varied one, with notable roles across television and film, including appearances in Are You Being Served? And Dad's Army. He also made a mark in films like Carry On at Your Convenience and Carry On Behind, where his comedic talent shone through in supporting roles. Sadly, Martin passed away unexpectedly on August 7, 1994, at the age of 60. An inquest into his death revealed an unascertainable cause, leaving his passing shrouded in mystery, but his legacy as a versatile comic actor endures. Pat Ashton as Doreen. Pat Ashton, born on February 28, 1931, was 38 years old when she played Doreen in On the Buses, 1969. Doreen, the bubbly and flirtatious character, added a touch of charm and cheekiness to the show, playing off the antics of Stan and Jack with a fun, carefree spirit. Ashton's career began in the world of musical theater, where she showcased her talent as a singer and tap dancer in seaside resorts and West End productions. Her big break came in 1967 with a role in Dante's Inferno, leading to further opportunities in television and film, including The Benny Hill Show and Thick as Thieves. Pat Ashton passed away on June 23, 2013, at the age of 82, after a fulfilling career that left a lasting impression in the world of British comedy and television. Yootha Joyce as Jessie. Yootha Joyce, born on August 20, 1927, was 42 years old when she appeared in On the Buses, 1969, as Jessie, the long-suffering and ever-bickering woman who brought both charm and humor to the series. Joyce's career, which spanned decades, was marked by a versatility in both comedy and drama. Her most iconic role came later in her career as Mildred Roper in Man About the House and its spin-off George and Mildred, a role that made her a household name. However, Joyce's life off-screen was marred by personal struggles, including long-term alcoholism. She tragically passed away from liver failure on August 24, 1980, just days after her 53rd birthday. Her death left a void in British television, but her legacy lives on through her iconic roles and the affection she earned from both fans and colleagues. Wendy Richard as Elsie. Wendy Richard, born July 20, 1943, was 26 years old when she took on the role of the bright and lively but sometimes ditzy secretary, Miss Shirley Brahms, in On the Buses, 1969. Shirley was known for her strong Cockney accent, flirtations with the men around her, and her no-nonsense attitude toward her work, offering a contrast to the more subdued characters in the show. Richard's career path was anything but conventional. Starting with a childhood marked by the tragic loss of her father, she worked hard to pay for drama school, later launching a career that saw her in numerous television roles. Her career breakthrough came with Are You Being Served? 1972 to 1985, where she became iconic as Miss Brahms, capturing audiences with her humor and charm. Despite the challenges of her personal life, including a battle with breast cancer, Richard continued to shine in roles that cemented her status as a beloved figure in British television. She passed away on February 26, 2009, at the age of 65, due to complications from breast cancer, leaving behind a legacy that spanned decades of unforgettable performances. Doris Hare as Mum. Doris Hare, born March 1, 1905, was 64 years old when she first took on the role of Mabel Butler, known as Mum, in On the Buses, 1969. Mabel, the no-nonsense mother of Jack Harper, brought a loving yet tough edge to the show, making her an unforgettable character in British sitcom history. While her role was secondary, her portrayal resonated deeply with audiences, adding a layer of warmth and humor that balanced the antics of the main characters. Doris's career in entertainment began as a child, performing in her family's traveling theater, and she went on to have a remarkable stage career, even making her Broadway debut in Night Must Fall, 1936. Throughout her life, Doris earned accolades, including an MBE for her efforts entertaining troops during World War II. Her time on the Buses solidified her place in television history, and after the show ended in 1973, she continued to perform on stage, making her final performance at the age of 87. Doris Hare passed away on May 30, 2000, at the age of 95, leaving behind a legacy of professionalism and dedication that spanned both theater and television. As we've seen, On the Buses, 1969, left an indelible mark on its audience, with its unforgettable cast members shaping the show's legacy. Sadly, many of them are no longer with us, but their contributions to television history remain. After 56 years, their memories live on in these iconic roles. What do you think about the cast's journey? Which actor's legacy from On the Buses stands out to you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.